The night she told me she needed space, the world seemed to collapse in slow motion. I remember the way her voice trembled, like she was breaking inside, and yet trying to protect me from the shards of her own confusion. The city lights outside our apartment blurred through the rain-streaked window, turning into streaks of gold and sorrow, and I felt a hollow ache in my chest I didn't know a heart could carry. In that moment, I understood that love could hurt more than loss ever could. But I also understood, with a fierce, desperate certainty, that I would never let her go. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the kind of love that refuses to give up, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Kindness Chronicles. This story is for anyone who has ever loved someone so fiercely that letting them go feels impossible. We had been inseparable once, two lives intertwining in ways that felt inevitable. She was the light in my mornings, the warmth in my winters, the laughter that could dissolve my heaviest worries. I remember the first time I saw her smile, the way it could make the world pause, as though even time itself wanted to witness it. But somewhere along the way, the little cracks appeared, small misunderstandings, silent nights, the growing fear that we were slowly drifting apart. And then, one evening, she asked me for space, and the word hung in the air like a guillotine, sharp and merciless. I didn't understand at first. Space? What kind of space could compete with forever? But I respected her wish. I told her I'd wait, that I'd give her all the room she needed, even if it killed me inside. And so I did. I became a ghost in my own life, moving through days like a shadow, pretending to smile, pretending to eat, pretending that each moment without her wasn't a universe of emptiness. Nights were the worst, the bed too large, the silence too loud, the memories of her laughter echoing like a cruel reminder of what I had lost before I even had it. I tried to keep busy. Work became my refuge. Friends, my temporary solace. But everything reminded me of her. The cafe where we first met, the bookstore she loved, the little park bench where we had spent hours talking about dreams and fears, I haunted them all, a silent witness to the life we had once imagined. I would catch glimpses of her on the street sometimes, and my heart would thud painfully, a combination of longing and terror. Every time I saw her, I was reminded of what I had asked for, forever. And every time, I realized how fragile that dream really was. Weeks turned into months. I tried to write, to pour my emotions into paper, but the words always fell short. The heartache wasn't just about missing her, it was about missing the version of us that could have existed, a version where love didn't need a pause, where fear and doubt had no place. I questioned myself constantly. Had I failed her? Had I been too clingy, too blind, too human? The answers didn't come, only the endless echo of her absence. Then one evening, when the rain fell in gentle sheets and the streets glistened under the neon glow, I saw her again. She was standing outside the old cafe where we had first kissed, staring at the raindrops as though they carried a secret meant only for her. I didn't speak at first. I just watched, holding my breath, afraid that even the slightest sound might shatter the fragile courage I saw flickering in her eyes. And then she turned, and our eyes met, and in that moment, the months of pain, the nights of longing, all the emptiness, seemed to converge into a single, piercing truth. I was still hers, and perhaps, she was still mine. I approached her slowly, my heart hammering like a drum in the quiet night. I didn't speak at first. I let the silence carry what words could not. And then I said it, not with a demand, not with a plea, but with the trembling honesty of someone who has lived through a storm. I asked her for forever. I told her I would wait, I would fight, I would rebuild whatever we needed, as long as we were together. And for the first time in months, she smiled, not the fleeting, hesitant smile, but the one that could light up the darkest room, the one that told me she had been fighting too, in her own silent way. Rebuilding wasn't easy. Love, after all, isn't just about passion, it's about patience, forgiveness, and the willingness to meet someone in the spaces where they are, not where you wish them to be. We stumbled, we cried, we argued, we laughed, and slowly, painfully, we learned to trust again. I learned that giving space doesn't mean giving up, and she learned that letting someone love you doesn't mean losing yourself. Together, we stitched the fractures of our hearts into something stronger, more resilient, and infinitely more beautiful than we had before. There's a quiet strength in love that refuses to give up. It isn't loud or boastful, it whispers in moments of vulnerability, it holds hands in silence, it waits through storms with unwavering faith. I realized that love isn't always about the grand gestures, it's about showing up, again and again, even when the world says it's too late. It's about believing in someone, even when they have stopped believing in themselves. And most importantly, it's about understanding that forever isn't a promise, it's a choice we make every day. If this story touched your heart, if you felt the weight of longing, the ache of waiting, or the beauty of a love that refuses to let go, please like, comment, and share this video. Let me know in the comments if you've ever waited, fought, or believed in a love worth forever. It might just inspire someone else to hold on, too. Because sometimes, the greatest love stories aren't about perfect beginnings or flawless journeys, they're about the courage to stay, to fight, and to choose each other, every single day. And in that choice, in that relentless hope, we find not just love, but life itself.